What's up, bro? It's your boy Georgie Boy. Broke start on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can chop it up. Real quick, I just wanted to debunk something that's said a lot that need to be talked about real quick. And let me just come out and say this. Look, no disrespect to immigrant brothers and sisters, people who come from immigrant backgrounds. And it's sad that we have to keep saying this when we call out tethers and things of that sort. People just assume that we just talking about all people of immigrant ethnic backgrounds, and we're not. We're just talking about specific ones that come here with this anti-black hatred. But what I wanted to say was, well, the question I wanted to ask is, you know, a lot of black immigrants and stuff like that, they have a lot of the white supremacist talking points that they use that's regurgitated on them. And it's almost as if like they're white supremacists but in black skin. Because if you notice, right, they always compare themselves to the lowest and the poorest class of black folks that you can think about. They tell us that we all on welfare and we all in projects and we all just poor and dysfunctional, right? Why is it, because this is a stereotype that white people that believe. Why is it that people only can compare themselves to the underclass of black American society? Black people, we don't do that. We don't compare ourselves to other people in other countries where it's all poor and disenfranchised. We don't do that. But people come over here to America and tell us that we don't work hard, we all on welfare. You know, they repeat the stereotypes that white people have put in their heads. Well, why is it that black immigrants only can, certain particular ones who have anti-black hatred, why is it that you only can compare yourself to the poorest class of black people? We all not on welfare. We all not poor. We all not broke. I had my father in my life. I could name about most of my friends, most of my black friends, about 10 of them that's in my circle, all of them have their father. All of them. All my main mans. One of my main mans, like, he knew his dad. Most of my friends that were around, they knew their fathers. So it's just a stereotype, but that's what projected on them by white people. They put that in their heads and they come over here and talk about we all on welfare, which is not true. I'm not on welfare. I know black people that get up and work. We all not dysfunctional. They never talk about the success and the accomplishments of black people. They never do. Everybody, the races, everybody just want to talk about poor class black folks. That's all they want to talk about. They want to talk about Chicago, because Chicago just means black people. That's what they want to talk about, inner cities and ghettos. That's all they want to talk about. That's why I don't really fuck with. I stopped fucking with Vlad TV and like No Jumper and a lot of these podcasts and shit like that. They had certain platforms because they was just. That's why Vlad TV at one point started getting intelligent black people and stuff like that, interviewing rappers. He had to start balancing it out because he would just interview thugs, gangsters, and criminals and black people from the underclass of black society. So that's why people call Vlad TV a culture vulture, and that's why they call Adam 22 the same thing, because they would just show the negative side of black society. So people look at this and they believe that this is just the way black people are. When I talk to certain white people, I really just get this idea. Well, they give me their perspective that they just think that we all are poor and ghetto, and we all just down and out on our luck. That's a stereotype that they believe in their minds, even though they the ones who created the conditions that black people were in. So I can understand why they believe something such like that. But when a black person who come from an immigrant background, who come to America and say that, it's mind-blowing to me. Because black people, we not over here in America talking about how poor fucking Africa is. We not saying we don't big ourselves up and say that we're doing better than, you know, the people over there. We don't do that. But people come to America and got to compare themselves to the lowest class of Black American society. It's mind-blowing to me. So I just had to just get that out there. And that's a question I want to know. Why do Black immigrants who harbor anti-Black hatred feelings towards Black people, why is it that you only can compare yourselves to Black people that's in the projects, Black people that's poor and dysfunctional? That doesn't get poverty and dysfunction and degenerate behavior. That doesn't represent Black people as a whole. There's no criminal behavior or degenerate behavior of any sort, of any kind, will be a representation of anybody, of any racial group. But why is it it's like that for us? I'm not a criminal, but I ain't never been in jail a day in my life. And most of my friends, I mean, I can't say most of my friends have never been in jail. But, you know, it's just not true what people think about Black people. It's not true. They over there, their country, getting fed all these fucking lies, and they come over here and believe shit. And then y'all come over here and live among us in the ghetto. Y'all live among us in the projects. Y'all live it. These people come over here and get them a little $15, $16 hour job. You know, get them a little son. And now you doing better than the Akadas, as they say. They doing better than the Yankees. But you couldn't do better where you're from. And when I say that, people might say, oh, that's being divisive, I'm being xenophobic. No, it's true. That's true. For people who feel like that, to come over here to this country, y'all say this and that. We all poor and dysfunctional, but y'all over here in our country, y'all over here with us. Y'all left y'all shit to come here with us and talk shit about us. When where you're from is in shambles. So that's why I shut shit down. I ain't about to listen to no Asian person, and no disrespect to Asian brothers, only to the ones who got this idea that they're somewhat better than Black Americans. Because they go out their way to say, oh, I'm no Black. Or they go out their way to make sure people know that they not Black American, as if there's something wrong with it. When we the ones who fought and brought your ass over here, you want to go out your way to distinguish yourself from us. So that's what I want to know. Why do you think you could just compare yourself to the lowest class of Black American society? Why? That's all they do. Because that's who they talking about. All this work hard. You got to work hard. You don't work hard where you come from. But this work hard, that work hard shit, that work hard shit is really, they talking about poor Black people. That's what they mean. Because there's some Black people that don't live, there's a lot of Black people that don't live in poverty. I know Black people that got money. There's Black people that got bread. That's not fucking poor. But they compare themselves to the poorest class of Black folks, and it's ridiculous. So that's all I say about this shit. When a comment, you comment, I'm out.